Turn your camera on.
Yeah, I was trying. See?
What's going on, world?
There you go.
DS1 Ross, back. Shout out to the Alliance. Shout out to all my supporters. Everybody that's gonna come through tonight. Show love to Sheep Stay Sleep TV, Sheep Stay Sleep Live. I'm back with my DS1 Alliance brother, Daywon Anderson. He represent the Mgtow movement. And tonight, we're gonna build on the gender war. The gender war. I don't know if a lot of us have paying attention lately online, all through social media, Twitter, you know, um, Instagram, YouTube, but there's a gender war that's brewing between men and women. And I've really been noticing, you know, this gender comparison stuff has been really prevalent since, Hillary Clinton tried to run for president. When she tried to become the president, a lot of women started to expose their extremist feminist perspective on things in life. And I believe a lot of people wanted Hillary to become president so females could be the new men. So the gender war is real. Now I brought my Mgtow brother with me because, you know, the last show that we did, which was a great show, he basically brought up that the Mgtows believe in a gender war is gonna be in the future. So I brought my bro on so he could build on that and let us know about the gender war from the Mgtow perspective. But this gender war is real. Being me having a platform on YouTube, um, I've been seeing a lot lately with a lot of women who consider themselves to be pro-black and to be, pro-family, and family is man, woman, and child. So I've noticed a lot of pro-black women and pro-family women, they've been attacking men. And they've been attacking them and playing a victim at the same time. And I think this is because a lot of these women, they want to take the place of a man. They think that the man is no longer needed because in society things are, pretty much driven towards women. So I think a lot of them feel like the man is no longer needed in the community. So the past few days, I've been watching these women on their platforms attack men and play the victim at the same time and say that they're being attacked when they're the ones doing the attacking, when they're the ones going on emotional rants and tirades about men that they claim should protect them, about men that they claim should love them and be there for their children. But they're calling them beta males, they're calling them coons, they're calling them all these types of epithets, but at the same time turn around and saying that they love us. So I brought my Mgtow brother here just so he can break it down from the Mgtow perspective. In a little while, family, you can ask the guest questions, you know, based on the topic tonight. And we just gonna have a great conversation. So shout out to my brother Daywon. What's good, bro?
Ain't nothing, bro. I'm cooling. I'm cooling. Word. And I agree. It's a gender war happening, man. War is on, especially financially. And we touched up on that on our last video when we discussed Mgtow philosophy and why every man should hear about Mgtow philosophy before they leave this earth. Now, the reason I say a financial war is going on at this very moment, number one is the main component is the child support system, how it's unjust. That's number one. And it's like a man can have all his finances and everything in place. And then when a woman makes a decision that she wants to um keep the baby, now the man has a financial obligation. And he sees that. And on the other side, if the man wants a baby and if the mother doesn't want the child, then she don't have the child. There's nothing he could do about it. And that's unjust right there. That's unjust. Also, another point I want to make is if the mother was to leave the child and put the child up for adoption, now the man doesn't have no financial obligation, which is another thing he sees. So that can kind of cause a little jealousy. It can cause us to want a remedy in the legal system, whereas we are treated equally. Since they fighting for equality. But see, the Mgtows, we don't have no political background like how the feminists do. I believe Mgtow was created by individuals, whereas feminism came up from a political system. It was created. And this is all in to my opinion. It's all to make money and to keep us divided, to divide us. So I feel. And like I said, when a lot of times when a female see it's beneficial to her to join the system and put the child father out, even if she really don't want to, but because of the benefits and the survival for her children, she will put the father out in the street. So this can cause some hatred down the line, especially if it's being passed down generation and generation and generation. Now, if you got 3 generations of men who got put on child support and had everything together, everything was going good for them until they had a child, and now all of a sudden they don't have nothing, something's wrong.
Agreed, agreed.
All right.
But why do you think this is from a MGTOW perspective. Why do you think that, or do you think that these women are trying to replace men, or are they doing this to just get the attention of men?
I would say attention. I wouldn't say to replace. I would say the attention. Now I'm not gonna lie. Back in the days, from what I see, women were being mistreated. I see that, and they was. But at this point in time, I feel like women are being underestimated. Whereas they're given so much power, it's like we're not paying attention. That now there's a power shift, and now you have to create something where men are given power now, or something to that liking. Just like how it is in the government, the power is split down in 3 ways. So nobody don't have too much power, and we need that here for men and women. We need that. I mean, women, like a lot of women are jealous because of the way we were created. Like men don't have no say so over that. If we're more, physical dominant, like that wasn't our choice. We were just created that way. You know, and a lot of women, you know, are jealous because they don't have the same sexual organ that men have. So in that perspective, I could see women wanting to replace men with just that part, with the whole sexual organ part. They probably jealous that they have a vagina instead of um a male tool, male sex tool.
So do you think it's more of them being frustrated because they can't do what men do and still keep their respect in society?
And truthfully, I think they watching too much television, and the television is putting these thoughts into their head. Like it's not even reality; it's fantasy. It's fantasy. So like this little fantasy world going on television, and then women equate that in their relationship. Where it's like and see on the television, there's cut. See, we don't have that in real life. We don't have that in real life. You know, life goes on, and that's where I think a lot of these that's where I think this ideology comes from that enforces this feminism view. Television. You know, you're seeing women everywhere, damn near everywhere, being portrayed as a victim.
Yeah, because that's what's been confusing me, man. Because it's like women want equality or want the same fair shit as men,
Mm-hmm.
but want to play the victim at the same time. But when a man plays a victim, he can't do that because he's a man. Men are not allowed to ever play the victim or to ever stand in a victimized role. We must man up. And that always confused me with the feminists.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they want equal power, but they don't want equal responsibility.
Exactly.
They don't want equal accountability.
Exactly. This is why I said in our last video when I said if it was women were really about equality, and it would show with little things like when you go out on a date, you could pay for your food and she pays for her own. If it was really about equality, everything would be 50-50. I wouldn't be taking you out on a date and paying for everything. I'm just speaking on a equality perspective. And I mean, it's a bunch of things I could say, but I only need one good reason. I could come up with 20 different situations like that where the man is expected to come out of pocket or whatever. This is what I mean by financial. It's a financial war going on right now. Right now.
Okay, so you think the war is not the war between men and women is not based on sexuality. You think it's more of a financial thing.
Yeah.
It's not really based on who has more rights. It's more based on who can have much more power than one or the other based on money
Exactly.
and status.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. And see what made me what made me hit you up too, bro, and ask for your perspective on this is because I was watching a stream earlier with she's a famous YouTuber. I don't know if you heard about her. She's very known on Twitter too. Her name is Cynthia G. And yeah, and she's a pro-black woman, quote unquote. She one of them pro-black women who hate black men. I just say that because her views on black men are very extreme. And you see how extreme they are when when a man doesn't agree with her. Like she got into it with the comedian Corey Holcomb on Twitter. Yeah, they got into it on Twitter, and she was saying how because he was talking about, you know, dark-skinned women and light-skinned women. She was saying how, you know, he's a beta male and he's effeminate and he he doesn't date black women and you know he's a coon, and she was just going off. And I'm like, wow, you're really extreme. Like there's so many light-skinned black women. Like what is wrong with you? But I noticed this is the type of thing that goes on with, you know, these pro-black women who claim to love black men, like I was saying earlier, that claim to be pro-family. But it's like when you don't agree with them in some form of fashion, or you question certain things, it's like they just write you off as being someone who don't even love black women, or a hater of black women,
And then they use
or you're
shaming
jealous
tactics
of black
to try to
women.
make you feel ashamed. That's their main tactic, to shame you. And that's just to get you to go along with what they saying. You know, to make you emotional, take you off your thinking process, thinking logically. Yep. It's a game. It's a game. But shame tactics, like name calling. You start looking for names to call you. Yep. So and Mgtow, we aware of that. We're aware of that. So, you know, and you doing good. Because it seems to me like you got your own counter language for her. See, a lot of men may not have that counter language. Because that's the main thing they go for in terminology, you know, and they use that. They use that type of language, and it's just to make you feel ashamed of yourself. They do the same with marriage.
So are you in favor of this brewing gender war? Are you in favor for it? Like, are you for it or are you against it? You know, being a MGTOW.
All the way against it. All the way against it. But there's nothing I could do about it. All I could do is to spread the message of, you know, so you know, it may not happen until my children are older. Spread. Can't have it. Can't have it. Just like we can't have black against white, or you know, heterosexual versus homosexual. Everybody's one. But this is just my opinion. This is what I see. I'm fully against it.
And that's interesting you say that too. Because a lot of people get the misconceptions about MGTOWs as if we, you know, I'm not gonna say we because I don't consider myself a MGTOW, but you know, some MGTOWs would consider me one. But I'm totally against it too. You know, I'm more into balance.
Yeah,
I'm more into humanity. I'm not against, I don't feel like men should ever be against women or women should ever be against men or homosexuals should be against heterosexuals. I think we all need to embrace who we are as people and live that way. And just understand that you have different species and different types of people that you're dealing with. And just live your life, whatever you are. You know, I don't think it should be a war, period. So I definitely, you know, I definitely agree with that too. You know, and what bugs me out is if you're gonna be a feminist, a black feminist, who are you gonna be in alignment with? Because I don't see, you know, I didn't see Hillary Clinton, you know, trying to be an ambassador for black feminists.
exactly.
But
I was
the black
telling you.
but the black feminist was in favor for her to become president. What you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think they did it based on feelings, just feeling like, oh, she's a female, gonna vote for her. I think that's stingy right there. Something
So
that important, something that important, and then go with feeling instead of being logic. Not saying Donald Trump was better. I'm just saying with the mouth, like predators, and that just deemed her to be not fit right then and there. But they gonna stand by each other. And Hillary did a lot of it too. Shaming tactics. Shaming tactics need to be brought down. That need to be.
do you feel, because something that Cynthia G was talking about too, she was talking about how a lot of black men, when they become successful financially and in their careers and stuff, they go and deal with Caucasian women, or deal with women outside their race. And so what do you think about that? Do you agree with that, or it doesn't matter to you? Like, what do you think about that?
Um, Truthfully, I mean, to me, it don't matter to me. But what I think is happening is now they're starting to, you know, um, reach out and starting to see other things where they're going different places where there aren't just black women. They're seeing different other type of race of women, seeing that these women are treating them with with high respect. And it's like, wow, I don't get this back home. A lot of times, all they grow up around is black women that live in poverty, do make money, and they venture off into other countries and where they are not really seeing black women there. And if they do, those black women probably are dating white women. So they end up dating interracial. I don't think they're getting money and they're just saying, "Oh no, I'm just not dealing with black women no more." That's just you know, that's something that they say on television. It's just a cliche they use. Oh, I'm not dealing with black. Black women say it about men. Black men say it about black women. But I don't think they really feel like that. It's just programmed in their head. But in all actuality, they venture out into other places and they meet women like that. That's of a different nationality.
I would have to agree with that. I would have to agree with that, because the same women who talks about the black men who get money and go start dating outside their race are the same women who salute Serena Williams for marrying a white man. But they're not shaming her. And the first thing they do is they go into victim mode and start to say, well, all of these black men didn't want her, and they used to say this about her and that about her. So that's why she had to go date a white man. Why y'all can't just be happy for her? Then why you can't be happy for the black man who got done dirty all his life by sisters because he wasn't gangster enough? You know,
Or
what about the corporate black man who grew up going to school his whole life and wasn't exposed to the street life, which a lot of black women like bad boys, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? What about those dudes who never fit that criteria and always got played? So when they got on, they went and got them a woman to accept them. It wasn't about her being white or Indian or whatever. He just got with a person who accepted him for him, you know?
And that even goes back to what I was saying about cheating before. Like women get caught cheating, like her friends will back her up. Well, if he was there, would have never done it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't understand that because they you know they a lot of these quote unquote pro black women, they threw a party for Serena Williams, and a lot of these women, they don't even understand who, they don't even understand who this dude is. Alexis Ohanian, this Caucasian dude who Serena Williams just married, he is the the owner of the publication Reddit, which is a racist publication.
Oh snap! I ain't even know.
Yeah, she married a dude who pushes racial rhetoric in his publications. Alexis Ohanian. But a lot of these women don't even know that. They just saluting her because she with a man of affluence, you know?
Chasing status.
Of course. Of course. Of course. And I'm not even mad at that. To each his own, you know? I'm not even mad at that. And see, my whole thing with this gender war that's brewing, man, it's just totally made up, and we don't understand that it's another deflection, really, because we shouldn't be focused on going at each other as men and women. We need to be more focused on how we going to communicate with each other effectively to help society change for our children. Because if men and women are against each other, what is that going to help our children? How is it going to help our children? If men and women are constantly going at each other, what is that going to do for our children? What type of system and society will our children be growing up in? So when my sons turn 21, 22 years old, he got to feel less of a man to be with a woman, or he got to let a woman control him to feel like a man? Is that what this is leading to?
Right, right, right. And it's like, and vice versa. Girls,
Exactly.
I have little boys growing up on defense, where you're making a decision like, all right, I know if I'm chasing a career, I can't be in a relationship. I don't even have no business in a relationship because right now I'm in a point in my life where I got to focus on me. And then you sit back and look, like, what benefit can I get from being in a relationship? Like, I could wait, but you also know you may be shamed for not having a girlfriend. You'll get shamed by your female friends. Yeah, try to say, "Oh, you gay," things like that.
Yeah, but that's, we really got to look toward, we got to look toward the future, and people who have platforms on YouTube and stuff like that, We got to remember that these videos could always be pulled up at any time. So, you know, I hope Cynthia G don't have any children, especially a son, because it could be 10, 15 years later and he could hear his mom speaking the way she was speaking about a black man. How do you expect your son to feel about you if he know that this is how you really feel about black men? See, people don't stop and think about this stuff. Just son supposed to feel.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Right.
And even with the young girls, a lot of women claim that black men don't protect them. But how do you want a black man to protect you if you think he's a beta male? How can a beta male protect you?
Right. Disrespecting him. Disrespecting him. But then when you're in danger, he gotta risk his life. It's insane.
It's insane, bro. It's insane.
It's like what, like it's insane, man. My biggest thing is the shaming tactic, wanting to shame you into doing what they feel do, and then even if you do it, end up finding out that damn, I shouldn't have done it.
And what's interesting too, bro, is I notice how these pro-black YouTubers will constantly bring up the system and white supremacy and how they are oppressing us. But then these same women turn around and want to oppress black men. So what are you? Are you our enemy? Should we look out for you? Should we trust y'all? Because at the drop of a dime, you'll go against us and be against us just as well as the system is. What you think about that?
Not hearing it, like hearing it, we be up there doing it. But be on YouTube. All right,
But yeah,
I'm definitely. All right, definitely.
it's crazy, man. I don't understand the passive aggressiveness that these women nowadays have towards us. It's like you want us to have compassion for you. You want us to protect you. You want us to respect you. You want us to love us. But then you can totally do the opposite to us, and we still supposed to give you what you want. I don't understand that aspect.
Yeah, nah, I don't need it. I don't need it. Or I was just sitting here. Yo, I was just sitting here, right? Just sitting here, man, and I'll be noticing like how I could be hanging out in the street, like back when I was in a relationship. Just sitting here thinking that I could be hanging out in the street, and my phone would keep ringing, because I'm in the street, and I'm like, yo, I'm chilling, I'm hanging out, man. I'm with my people. Like I'll talk to you when I get in the house, but no. So it's crazy. I thought I was the only one going through that. But right now, where I'm at, I just heard two men say, I gotta hurry up, get back, because my wife called me. Both men. We the type
And
we won't even call, bro. We won't.
and it's interesting how women nowadays consider those men to be men. When we were growing up, bro, our fathers came and go as they please. And our mothers better not ask them no questions because
That's a
men
fact.
were respected as men back then. You know, our grandfathers was respected by our grandmothers. She didn't question him when he left the house. She didn't question him when he came home. But where is the sense of entitlement of women nowadays? Where did that come from?
Television, big television. It's the TV.
The soap operas, the love and hip hops.
Mhm. Every time when you don't see a man going out and chasing his dreams. You gotta be chasing some chick all the time, all the time. Man ain't home is because he out with some girl all the time. It's just how it is. But when they hang out, most men don't call. When they got they hanging out, they chilling.
Damn sure don't.
Then you got insecure men who would call all the time, you know, because they didn't grow up around men, so they seen their parents, they seen they, probably saw their mother do it, so they doing it. And if their mother was doing it, it was at a minimum. Back then, a lot of men, they didn't have to experience that. Now it's at an all-time high.
Yeah, it's like
You know,
this
no
full
real
sense of entitlement.
exactly. No, like where I feel is like if you got an Instagram account or a Facebook account, you can't question the person you with. You can't tell them they can't have the opposite sex as a friend. If you have a Facebook or Instagram account, I see a lot of women that have a problem with that. Oh, now I don't want my man talking on the phone with no girl. But who all these dudes on your Instagram and Facebook? Those are male friends. You can talk to them whenever you want. They can inbox you or whatever whenever they want. So what's the difference?
Yeah, it's crazy. And then this how you know that logic is not really at the forefront because if a man is out chasing his dreams and he don't have as much time for you, you have a problem with that. But if the man has enough time to be around you all the time and his money ain't right like you want it to be, then you have a problem with that.
Because because they don't want the man to see that they're the reason why. They're the reason why he's drifting away from his opportunity. They're the reason why. Because they're not ambitious. If you was just as ambitious, it'd be a benefit. Man, to say things like, damn, this is my soulmate. Without her, I don't know where I would. That's how the New Walks have you. It's the same way you focusing on you, she focusing on you too, because she know you the way. You gonna be the way out. There's too many times when men are driving, they in the front seat of the relationship, and then they got to keep stopping in the middle of the road because it's a problem. That slows everything down. Slows everything down. Petty
Do you
arguments.
do you think being a MGTOW Do you think women have a position or a role that they should fulfill?
Um, for me, my perspective, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not an obligation, but it's a position. Yeah, it's a position they can play, and that position just, and to sum it up with one word, is cooperation. Team player, team player. And how do you be a team player? By cooperate. You know, it's that simple. Anything other than that is playing game.
They say your mic is a little low, bro. You speak up a little louder.
Hmm. Now I was saying, what you call it? Cooperation. You can hear me?
Yeah, I heard you, but I agree. And I think a lot of our women forgot that they have a place. Just like you have a position at your job, you have a position with your man. And you should know the role of that position and play it. Just like everybody on a basketball team or a football team have a position that they play with assigned roles. So why can't the woman just play her position and her roles as a woman and let the man do the same thing?
And then wait, see, I feel a lot of them can't because they're single mothers. This is before the relationship starts. They're single mothers, so they're already coming in with baggage. They already seeking help. You know, they, and this is why I say they're the ones who want the relationship. That's why it's such a power shift, man. It's such a struggle for power most of the time because she's in a relationship for a whole totally opposite reason. Actually, to me, the wrong reason. And I say the wrong reason only because they're not being honest. I've been in relationships where I felt like, damn, I was only a babysitter. All my language and stuff like that. I said, dang, I wasted a lot. But, and now the child is a grown man, child a grown man, and I see him, but it's nothing to talk about for like 14 years, like 14, 15. It's been like 14, like 10, 12 years now. First stepchild ever. Or because the mother, she felt somebody else that a provider. Like, we went out places, we did a lot, did a whole lot, but I had to learn for a whole other reason. You know? And that's just to me. I just think a lot of them because they single mother, no children, relationship might be different. It'd be the
So you
same
think
thing. Like,
single being a woman being a single mother, that's really an issue.
yeah, I feel like young men. I feel like for young men. I was 19 dealing with single mother, and that was the worst thing I could have ever done. The worst thing I could have ever done because I robbed myself my age who didn't have children. instead, I was attracted to older women for the wrong reasons. I thought the wrong things going into the relationship. And then when I saw I wasn't getting those things, like in the beginning I was. But when I stopped getting those things, I left.
Mm.
I
I
stopped
saw
getting what I wanted, but I was still doing what they wanted me to do. They wanted, but I wasn't getting what I wanted.
so you was unfulfilled.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Cooperation wasn't there no more. I was taken for granted. Nice guy. Like, oh, he always gonna do that. Anyway.
I'm looking at the chat, bro. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Posh Remy says there was a time when women didn't have to work, but then it changed when black men didn't do nothing to make extra money. So the woman had to go out and get it. So now she looks at you differently.
Well, um, black men didn't go out and make enough money by doing what? And number two, a lot of women result to prostitution. We don't condone that in this society. And it's still being done today. You know,
It's the oldest profession in the world.
In the world. Same way you disagree with pimping, you should disagree with hoeing too.
No Sleep Enterprise in the chat put. What about all the black men that sold drugs? That's a good point. Because most of us went out and sold drugs to take care of their families. And we still do it to this day.
But where they getting it from? Because I tell you one thing, certain communities, you won't get it. You won't get it. But it's in our community. I tell you one thing, I can't be in my community and find some crystal meth. Not saying I use it or anything. I would never do nothing like that. But I can't find no crystal meth in my neighborhood. It'll never be here. Why? Because they don't want it here. That's the only way crystal meth will be sold over here is if they put it over here. Same thing with the drugs. We ain't got to sell that. Put some businesses over here. We could sell that. All these corner stores. Let us get jobs in there. Bet you we'd be able to sell out those corner stores too. If we could sell some DVDs and on the street, to where other nationalities is coming over here saying, "Oh snap, word, let me do that." You know? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Where another race will be selling something that nobody will say anything about. But if a black man was selling it, or why he selling that? He a bum. Or why he doing that? He a bum. It's crazy. Only drugs. Black man sell a drug. It's like, oh, all right. Then he get looked as a person with money. You know, that isn't right. Black men should be selling drugs and shit. But we ain't creating it. It's just ending up over here, and it's an opportunity for them to make money. And that's what they doing. They doing.
Exactly.
Stores available. Make some of these jobs available. It's a lot of new developments over here in my community that's being fixed up. That's being fixed. I don't see nobody from my community being hired. These buildings over here in the community. No.
And I just think for men and women to be on the same page, like for instance, if a black man is hustling out in the streets and doing what he gotta do to feed his kids, he shouldn't be judged because of that. He doing what he gotta do to feed his kids.
Exactly. And
Now, if he was sitting around doing nothing, that'd be a problem too.
That'd be a problem. What about the black female that's taken out his pocket when he do sell those drugs?
Right.
You know? Every dollar they taking, he got to go back out there and do it again. Same. They just as wrong. Taking the money too. You benefiting off the money too.
Exactly.
And then you know what the police. Shit, she could be the one selling it. If the police run in there, they gonna tell her it was him, right? That's his stuff, right? Just say it was his.
Right.
You could be in a female house and they find drugs, they're gonna automatically say it's yours. The chances is she gonna go along right with it. And it's hers. You ain't even know it was there. How messed up it is out there.
Yeah, it is.
There's no reason why the female should be able to hit you, and then other women walking around and don't even do nothing.
Facts. And that
Female, everybody expects you to jump up and risk your freedom for somebody you don't even know. You don't even know why they fighting, but they expect you to risk your freedom.
now that's a fact.
Female hit you is, oh, he must have did something. He did something for that to happen. What he did? If she hit him, what he did something.
That's that victimhood.
Yeah, you dealing with somebody. You find out she put your child in the oven and turned the oven on, or put your child in the dryer and turned the dryer on. Now, and then you see her. You know, you ain't no telling what you might do to her. But see, don't nobody want to know you wrong. You wrong. What are you talking about? I just saw on camera she put my child in the dryer. I'm gonna hurt her when I see her. Not, I mean, I'm just not saying that I would do that. I'm just saying where that happens. And a person will automatically think like, oh, not even knowing, like, this person is not even, themselves. They done blacked out right now. Their child got mistreated. It's a lot of times when children are being killed and murdered, and know the statistics show most of the time it's by a female, and that female is a parent or a family member.
This is true. The studies show that women are way more domestically violent than men.
Right. But see,
they throw things, they push you, they rip your clothes up. They do all these things. Start arguments with you for nothing.
To see if you care. To see to see if you're gonna pass the test. It's and actually, yo, for real, it's a test. It's crazy. All the things going on in today's world, and you trying to test me, trying to test a relationship, manipulation. So it makes it hard because you could get with a woman that's genuine, straight up and honest and everything, and it's like you can't even be with her because of female nature. You know how some women are, so it's like, man, I'll wait till I get older.
I see in the chat. Um, they say, why can't you go to school, get a degree, and live your life? Because it's not that simple for men, Posh. That's for women.
You know what's
It's
crazy?
that easy for
You know
women.
what's crazy?
You
I'm gonna
could
tell
go,
you.
you
What's
could
up?
go to a trade school, go get your GED,
I said it
which a
earlier.
lot of these inner city women are doing. They're going, getting their GEDs, and becoming home health aides. Men can't do that. You know how many men I know with degrees that are unemployed? It's not that simple, Posh. You making it that simple because you're a woman. You can do that.
And not only that, not only that, you can't just sleep with a man. A female can't just, they feel like they can't just sleep with a guy. He has to be in a relationship. We don't have to be in a relationship. You know, but they just feel like if I'm gonna sleep with you, we gonna be in a relationship. I gotta get something out of this. Something like what? What are you trying to get out of this? Something that you don't want to earn for yourself in life? So you feel it should just be given to you because of what's in between your legs? Just because you have that. So you believe you're entitled to it just because of what you have in between your legs. You don't even have to earn it for yourself. By any means necessary, even if you got to jump into a relationship and then upgrade it into a marriage just to get it, you know, out of somebody else's blood, sweat, and tears, out of their hard work and effort that they had, they hard work. And now all of a sudden, one argument, now they got to give you half of everything. It's messed up. Messed up. Half of everything. And this person never did nothing. All this person ever did was it was a home health aide. Wow, the man was grinding, shooting in the gym, and she was nowhere around. Like Kobe incident, Kobe Bryant. He wasn't. When he was shooting in the gym, he wasn't married. Man get caught cheating. He felt he got shamed so bad. He had to go buy a ring for $4 million because he got shamed so bad. Now, what the hell she would have brought if she would have got caught cheating? She would. Oh, he wasn't here. He he was at a game. He was shooting in the gym. He didn't call me. Mm-hmm. He wasn't calling me. I'm sure his wife is cheating, but she can't go buy no 4 million. It's crazy. She's entitled to that because of what's in between her.
See, I think where the communication get lost at with men and women when we start thinking we have the same struggles when we don't. Women can't walk in men's shoes and vice versa. We don't know what it is to be women on a daily basis. We don't know what it is to walk down the street and have a bunch of women catcalling. We don't know what that's like. You know? Just like y'all don't know what it is to be effeminized or have to deal with effeminization to get a good job. Especially for a dark-skinned man. It's hard for him to have or get certain types of jobs when he's manly or he looks manly. Why you think you have all these young men out here trying to look like women? And a lot of those young men have good jobs because they don't look like the strong black man that they should look like. So women have to stop thinking that they know what it is to be a man, because you don't know. You only know what it is to be with one. Just like we don't know what it is to be a woman. So you cannot just tell us what we should do and it will work for us, because you don't know that. You speculating. And what you actually doing is you projecting what works for you onto us, because that works for women. Women could go to school their whole life and come out and get a Fortune 500 job. That don't work for every man. Men have to deal with other things, just like women have to deal with other things. So I think that right there.
That's why we need each other at times. Those type of things. But you don't need a relationship per se. But we do be needing each other with it. Like what I was saying from the last video, where I had women say, "I don't need a man," and it's like you could say that, but I don't see no women out here building homes and building buildings or making cars and like just things like that. I don't see. Not saying they can't. It's just that I don't see women doing it. And if they are doing it, then it's not being shown. It's a reason for that. Why nobody's being allowed to see that. I'm just saying, you can't say these things, you don't need a man, because then if you say that, a lot of things wouldn't be possible. Same thing with men. Men can't say you don't need a woman, and then you can't have kids. You don't have a female, you can't have children. To me, that's the only purpose of relationship service for children. That's just my perspective. They want Mgtow. But women gotta stop that. That I hate the black man. That gotta stop. Or I hate men, period. That gotta stop. Because if you
Yeah, in the
have a
chat.
son, then you're gonna hate
And
your son as well.
good point.
You're gonna look. That man ain't gonna do everything just like that. Unless he pick up her feminine ways, and she shouldn't want that. He gonna need to be around his father so he can learn from his mistakes and shit like wisdom. He don't make the same mistakes and stuff like that.
In the chat, they saying when I talk, bro, for you to mute yourself, it's an echo.
Got you.
But yeah, I totally understand that. But I think like my brother Rob said in the chat, man, the gender war is just another distraction that they come up with, man. I definitely agree with that too, because It should never be a war. It should be something that, you know, we should be able to deal with as men and women. You know, I definitely agree with that too.
And there's no
You know,
winners in war. There's no winners when it comes to war.
mm, never thought about that. There's only casualties, huh?
True, true indeed. True indeed. And then you got both sides funded by one entity. It's one entity funding both sides. So, so it's going to be either way. It's not going to look pretty for either side. And it's already looking bad. It's already looking bad. I mean, sometimes I look at the Mgtow like perspectives of some of the Mgtows and how they argue with each other over little dumb stuff. So it's just like why? I'm sure feminists is doing it too, disagreeing with each other. Just looking to the philosophy when it comes to into the collective and joining forces and all of that. I'm not with that. Spreading the message, yeah. But anything other than that, I ain't included. To me, it's just a philosophy, and it's definite for young men. It's definitely for them. They can watch their finances. Like,
So, as being a MGTOW, do you believe in black love? Do you believe in love? Period.
yeah, I mean, but that's by choice. If you love somebody, then you're not going to understand them because you're going to be blinded by the love. Certain things that they do, you're just not going to understand. Ask questions and things like that. But it's going to be hard to understand. Love is going to blind it. Or you can understand the person and then you won't be in love with them. But you will understand them. You will understand why they do the things they do. But you won't be in love. So, yeah, as a Mgtow, that's just how I feel. You can't do both. You can't be in love and understand the person at the same time. But I mean, it's maybe. I mean, some people may not experience that. Who knows? I may not experience that in a relationship in the future if I, choose to be in one. And it hard from the past. I just find it hard to be in love and understand a person. That's why a lot of people break up and divorce. It's a misunderstanding. As soon as they fall out of and they end up falling out of love. One misunderstanding. Or however many misunderstandings, pile on top of each other. But it's the misunderstandings that end marriage predominantly.
See, this is the problem. When men come up here and speak about women and we're honest about certain things, what I don't like is being called a woman basher. Nobody's up here bashing women at all. We're not bashing women. How do you feel we're bashing women? Because we're being honest about certain things. But when women get together and talk about how men not being shit and all of that, what do you call that? Don't play the victim. We just having a conversation. It's not don't it's not cool to come in here and start calling people names because you don't agree what's being said. That's wrong and that's immature. Nobody up here one time disrespected a woman in no kind of form or fashion. We didn't call women out their names or none of that. So being called the woman basher, I don't know where that's coming from. That's crazy. I don't get that.
Yeah, see, I do. I get it. And it just goes back into what I was saying before earlier when we started the video. It's to
Shaming
make
tactic.
yeah, it's to make us feel ashamed of ourselves. So we won't express ourselves and we won't teach other men how to express themselves. So there will always be a disconnect. See, right now we not in our feelings. We not up here cursing, going crazy, yelling and screaming. We're not doing that. Everyone's thinking logic here. So we were expecting you already to come here with the shaming tactics. We were expecting that, but that's what feminists do. You don't want to understand our perspective, but we understand yours. You don't want to understand ours. Is it wrong? Because we're just speaking, observations. This is what we observe, and we're speaking on it. Never, not one time, did we call women out of their names. You can't say people who love people can't, like, we love women, so we don't have a reason to bash women. We don't benefit from that. Can't benefit from that. But I'm gonna call a spade a spade. We're calling out women nature. We're not calling women out. We're calling out women nature. We don't have to bash women because a lot of women have discipline and they fight that inner urge for women nature because it's at times it could be detrimental. Like what the female is doing that. We're saying that we're up here bashing women.
Yeah, I just put the link out, bro. Just in case she wanted to come on and say something. But I got my brothers up here with me. I got my brother Rod up here,
What's
my
good,
brother
Rob?
JT, and I'm gonna let them
What's good, JT?
speak their piece real quick on this topic. And if Posh wanna come on and express herself, she can. So shout out to y'all brothers, man. Whichever one of y'all wanna go first.
Peace, good brother. How you doing tonight? And peace to you, good brother Daywon, man. I heard the last bill and just wanted to say, even though there is some truth to the gender war that's building with all of these different politicians now that they coming out saying that they've been touched and all of these types of things. Um, it is a gender war that is building in the media. But like I said in the chat, and I will continue to say, our people are victims of propaganda. And what we really need to do is focus on what's important, and I love the way that you do it, DS1, try to round things back to the topic at hand. Um, Pasha, I'm I just say that it is a man's perspective show. Um, we try our best to be partial and objective, and when we land our views down, but we do have to be honest, you know. And the way that these brothers are building tonight, I wouldn't say that they've been bashing women. I just simply say that they've been being honest. I fall back. Me, I just say in terms of dealing with women, you know, I just try my best to be the best man that I can. You know, even though I'm married and everything, I mean, I'm not blind, you know, that because I'm married, that don't mean that now I'm not attractive to, you know, beautiful women that live here in Chicago, you know, but I have discipline, you know, and I'm in a committed relationship. I want to model the behavior I want my sons to have. So I want them to always respect me, you know, as the man that respected their mother, so that when they in a, you know, committed relationship or in a marriage, you know, that they know how to conduct themselves. So those are the things that kind of keep me grounded, you know, and those are the things that I think about when I'm out in the world. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't just saying this, you know, just because I'm on YouTube. Anybody that, you know me, know that I'm a family man, and that you know, you're not gonna throw me off my square, cause you know, it is what it is with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how fan you is, you're not gonna disrupt what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? So you know, that's all I have to say. You know what I'm saying? It's no gender war with me. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I love my family and I'ma hold on to it, you know, the created and blessed me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna hold on to it with everything I got, and I value it, you know. And I would just hope that anybody else would be able to get that. So you know, I'll fall back, but I mean, I'm chilling, fam. All is well over here, G.
Salute to you, brother Rob. Salute to the shot too, man. Thanks for coming through and bringing your wisdom, man. I love your perspective, bro.
Man, it's all good, good brother, man, and love to you, man. I know I been offline for a couple of days. I just been busy, man, and you know, that basketball tournament I told you about, man, we kind of got a little tired in the championship game, and we fell back, so we came in second. But you know, I got good things planned for my team. I think we gonna do well this season. But love to you, DS1, love to you, Day One, and man, I look forward to speaking to you in the future, good brother.
Definite word. Same to you, bro. Most
JT, what's up, bro?
Peace to you, my brother DS1, and nice meeting you, my brother Daywon. Very,
Speak up a little more, JT.
Same, bro.
oh, hello, you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you much clearer.
Well, my thing is this: that I'm 51 years old. I am not blind to what's going on. A lot of things have surfaced. What you talking about, the one, and I'm saying it happens for a very long time. And you know what I'm saying, DS1. You know, I always say that us as brothers, until we understand ourselves, we gotta learn to advocate for ourselves. But it seems like when we advocate for ourselves, we always still get knocked down. Now, I'm a black man. I love my sisters, but I know I have been hurt by sisters too. So at the same time, I have to be very selective because she has to be in alignment with what I'm going to do, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I totally and then the sisters in the chat or wherever we're listening right now,
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
very long time.
Right.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said for a very long time, we be hearing what you want from us. We be hearing the bashing for a very long time, and we be taking it and taking it and taking it in many levels. And a lot of us as black men have worked on it and trying to be there for you. Understand the hurt and the everything that you could think of that we have to go through for a very long time. We just want y'all to hear us. That's it. Take that. Let's work on it together. If you want us to be accountable, what we do wrong, you have to be accountable what you had caused us. It goes both ways. You just cannot just go say certain things and go back to the status quo and say no, 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 no. For me, the underrated darkness, it's not happening right here. No. We have the right to say what we want for the betterment of our people and to strengthen our relationship between the black man and the black woman. We have that right. And I would urge brothers to hear this, and y'all simps, and y'all keep on sipping, calling you out too. Get on the line, follow up, and become men, and be better, be a better stand-up person. Because what you doing, you are causing division and poison in our community, and we wonder why our kids is acting a certain way. So brothers, keep on advocating for yourselves. There's nothing wrong to speak up. There's nothing wrong to understand your imperfections and work on it. There's nothing wrong with that. And have high standards within yourselves. And understand, let the woman know that these are standards that I'm about. Let's work together. That's all I'm saying. Let our light to be shine. That's it. So thanks again, Diaz, and my brother. Keep up the good work and everything. I appreciate you. I appreciate both of your sisters. I appreciate it. Peace.
So indeed. Um, same to you. Same to you, bro.
Definitely, definitely. I agree with both of y'all, man. Shout out to my big bro, the underrated darkness, my brother JT. Shout out to my good brother Rob. You know, I definitely agree. We definitely must begin to advocate for ourselves as men because just like the women have the feminist movement, which empowers women, the men need a brotherhood to empower men. But it seems like whenever men are trying to empower themselves, we're looked at as doing something against women. This has nothing to do with attempting to attack women. And a real man doesn't seek out to attack women. This is not what we here doing. We're having a real conversation that men need to have about women. The same way y'all women should have real conversations about men. But it seems like when we're having a constructive conversation, it seems that we're trying to tear the woman down when that's not so. That's not so. And for you pro-black women, when you do things like that, what you're doing is you're trying to censor us. And we're already censored in the world. We already don't have a voice. So now you're trying to censor us too? So don't complain about the system when you're doing the work for the system. The same system you talk about is oppressing your man. And the reason why he can't go out and provide the way he should because of the system, you're doing the work for the system when you try to censor black men who's having a sensible, constructive conversation. Because these are the type of conversations that builds brotherhoods. And we need brotherhood. Because if more black men were unified as just being black men and this ideology of being black men and strengthening each other, we'll have less deadbeat fathers. We'll have less black men going to the penitentiary at an alarming rate. These things happen because black men doesn't have a voice. So we go out and act out in society. This is why young black men continue to run around and commit these crimes. Because they don't have a brotherhood to come and seek refuge. They don't have no brothers around that they could call and express their frustrations about life to. A lot of they big brothers and uncles and fathers are in prison because they didn't have that either. But see, this is what DS1 promote. We promote brotherhood because we know that shield that steel sharpens steel. We understand that. We understand that black men need to stop looking at each other like we're each other's enemies. We need to show more love to one another. We need this. We need each other to advocate, like my brother JT said. We need to be advocating for each other. We don't need to be against each other. We don't need to be jealous like a lot of black men are. Because a lot of black men are running around with low self-esteem. So we need a brotherhood to uplift the youth, especially the young black men, so we can treat our women better. You see? This is never an attack on women, man. And women, y'all gotta stop thinking like that. A lot of y'all women have to stop thinking like that. Because that's very detrimental. It's like when y'all see black men coming together and wanting to do something constructive, you want to tear it down. You want to say we hate women. That's ridiculous. But y'all could go on retreats with y'all church and do all types of stuff together as women. But when the men do it, we women haters. Y'all gotta stop that, man. That's a form of censoring. And black men has been censored for too long. And do you wonder why the black men don't have power in society? Because just like the system is built to censor the black man, our black women is trying to censor us too. Oh, why are you saying it like that? Why can't I say it the way I say it? Why can't I be who I am? And you be in alignment with that? Why do you have to find that offensive to you? Because I'm the way that I am. We got to cut that out, man. We really do. So you got anything you want to touch on, bro? Before we close out, because I know it's getting late. People got to go to work tomorrow. And I got to get up early myself, man. I know you do too, bro. So you got anything else you want to touch on, bro?
Yeah. Now, you pretty much touched up on what I had to say. True indeed. And it's like, yeah, man, they trying to censor us. And the first tactic they rely on is shaming us instead of seeing that, it's just two different perspectives. That's it. That's it. It's a misunderstanding, and we just trying to bring the situation, but you can't do that when one person is relying on feelings and the other one is relying on logical. That's pretty much it, man. And we got to come together. Got to come together. Got to be as one, especially when we bring the children into this world. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
No doubt, no doubt. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Good looking for coming through tonight and stand up with your brother DS1 and my co-host Daywon Mgtow Anderson. When this video upload, I'm gonna put the link to his channel in the chat. If y'all like what y'all heard from this brother tonight, make sure y'all go subscribe, hit the like button, watch a couple of his videos, or if you want to watch them all, support this good brother. This is my DS1 Alliance brother, my day one brother. So definitely support him. You like what you heard tonight. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet to Sheep Stay Sleep TV, make sure y'all subscribe. Thanks for staying up with us again. Until next time, y'all, sheep stay sleep, wise ones awoke. And remember, We got to heal before we build. Let's heal before we build. Because if we don't heal before we build, anything we try to build, we will destroy from the inside. And that's what's been hurting the Black community. Self-inflicted wounds. So let's stop hurting ourselves, y'all. It's DS1 Ross, represent DS1 Alliance. And again, thank y'all again. Y'all have a good night. Be safe. See y'all tomorrow. Peace out.